Commander, you might want to speak with Tally. She seems very worried about something.
Launching probe. Probe away. Launching probe. Probe away. Launching probe. Launching probe.
Internet, how's it going? Right, let me get settled back into my blanket. It's suddenly gone very cold again. I don't like this. Like, it hailed and I'm told it snowed today. Right, we are effecting some mass. I just did some, well, let's finish strip mining this planet. I have a new theory about the controller vibrations. No, my theory's not in any way accurate.
Probe away.
Not a fan of this weather, no, me neither. I mean, I have been safely at home all day because it's just been too ghastly. Like, even the cat was like, human fix the weather, and I was like, cat, I can't. Ooh, okay. More strip mining to be done.
Probe launched. Probe launched.
I'm really going to have to look at that spreadsheet for element 0 at some point. PDF thing. Good enough. Yeah, where are we? Exit. Hi, Chaparali, how's it going? Journal. Oh, Kelly has just informed that the Tally wants to talk. Informed us that Tally wants to talk to us, so that will be her mission. It's beginning to look a lot like COVID. I'm so sorry. That sucks. Yes, we were due to speak to everyone on the ship. You're right. Thank you, Betietta. I think by everyone we mean Tally at this point and maybe Garrus. But let's see how Joker and Edie are getting on and whether Joker has any...
Collectors were once Protheans, repurposed by the Reapers. What a sad end.
Makes you wonder if the Keepers on the Citadel were once something different.
Wow! Those guys are perceptive. But yes, how many thumbs has Joker still got left?
Commander.
I assume everything's going well up here?
Good for now. Fractured my thumb on the mute, but I think I made my point.
Okay, I think he's stopped randomizing those responses. He's just
That's it for now.
fracturing his thumb on the mute. But Joker, you and Edie collaborated so well getting us out of that collector ship. I feel like there should be an advance in this dialogue at this point. Yes, I did actually feed the fish what I loaded in tonight as well, because I could. Right. Those two are sorted. They're not going to say anything to me. Miranda has asked. Garrus hasn't. Let's see if Garrus has anything to say. I've gone from I must start preparing for my stream an hour ahead when I first started streaming to it's 25 minutes to my stream, I'm trapped under the cat, I haven't had dinner, I'm sure it'll be fine.
I can't believe the Collectors were once Protheans.
I always pictured Protheans being regal, not giant bugs.
Knows what the Reapers did to them. Creepy.
Everybody on this ship. It also, wow, gossip travels fast.
Any chance we could get to
Oh no, we have, yes.
lead on Sidonis?
Garrus has in fact
I'll let you know, Garrus.
I'll be here if you need me.
asked for his personal mission. I'd forgotten that. We have not spoken to Thane since the last mission. Hello, is my life support still okay? Also, why am I keeping, like, an armory with my life support? Who designed this ship? No, Cerberus designed this ship, we know that.
Do you need something?
Have a few minutes to talk?
Certainly.
Yeah, not a typical assassin. How did you get this job? You don't seem confident. He doesn't?
If you don't mind my saying, you don't really seem like an assassin.
You've spent too much time fighting thugs who think custom-painted armor makes them professional. Hanar trained my body for this role since
He's not wrong. Yikes. Extremely child soldier.
You've been killing since you were 6?
Of course not. I didn't make my first kill until I was 12. They were training me. I was not to be used and thrown away. I was an investment.
Welp. Oh, Thane's armory. Okay, that makes sense.
You were a child, not an investment.
I've given you the wrong idea. They valued me, yes, as a resource, but also as a person. They regretted their need for me.
That's not how this works.
Hanar? Excessively polite, worship the Protheans? They don't seem the type who train assassins.
Every species trains assassins. The Hanar are only unusual in that they need other species to do the killing for them. They have a strong grip and natural toxins, but have you ever seen one move quickly outside of water? Or fire a gun?
I mean, presumably you can design guns that Hanar can fire, and they can do that designing themselves.
Why did your parents agree to this?
The agreement was made under the compact. It was an honor for our family.
The compact?
Wow.
We live on the Hanar homeworld because they rescued us. Some of us from extinction. We owe them our lives. That is the compact.
Why was your race going extinct?
Overpopulation. That must sound trite to you. Humans developed mass effect drive before the problem became acute. Our homeworld, Rakana, had few resources. We hadn't even developed fusion power when the soil began to fail from overuse and pollution. The Hanar found us a century ago. They sent hundreds of ships, evacuated thousands of us. Billions more had to be left behind.
That's deeply grim.
What's the state of Rakana now?
Do you read your philosophers? A man named Thomas Hall. When all the world is overcharged with inhabitants, and the last remedy of all is war, which provideth for every man by victory or death. As Rakana died around them, my people slaughtered each other for mouthfuls of water, crumbs of food.
I am increasingly reevaluating a lot of the philosophy of these games and the whole... It's very grim, it's grim in a kind of very contrived way. And there are like 6 films about Hannah Specter. Sure, they're fictional, but that's a very good point. I'd forgotten about that. Oh dear. Compact.
What exactly are the terms of the compact?
There are many things the Hanar can't do, even with mechanical aid. They ask Drell to assist them.
Okay, could we talk about the social model of disability for a second? Because why would the Hana not be able to do stuff if it's their own planet and their own culture and they have, like, developed shit to, like, work for them and their tentacles? This is basically just going... The entire galaxy is set up for humanoids and nobody's thought about how the tentacle creatures will use tech, and it's like, no, the tentacle creatures probably come with their own damn tech. This makes no sense. Zero sense.
This can't be legal. They made your whole race into slaves.
Don't insult me, Shepard. Anyone can refuse to serve. Few do. We owe our existence to the Hanar. We are proud to repay the debt.
Why was your race going extinct?
Overpopulation. That must sound to
wait.
you. Humans developed mass effect drive.
Yeah, we asked that question already.
Found us a century ago. They sent hundreds of ships, evacuated thousands of us. Billions more had to be left behind.
But you don't kill for the Hanar anymore. You're freelance. What changed?
I was asleep for a long time, yes. I paid no attention to what my body was asked to do, but then... Laser dot trembles on the skull. One finger twitch. He dies. Then, the smell of spice on the spring wind. Sunset-colored eyes defiant in the scope. The laser dances away. My apologies. Drell slip into memory so easily.
Was that one of your assassinations?
Yes. Perhaps we can discuss it later. I've wasted too much of your time.
So we have a child soldier who has been, like, literally dissociating throughout his entire life. That's fun. Can we get him some therapy? That would be great. Right. I don't think there's anybody other than Tally who'll talk to us at this point. Everybody else is like, do my stuff. Do my errands. Oh, we need to decide whose errands to do, actually. We'll do that when we have a look at the list. Tachanka would get us, like, 2 birds, 1 stone, but would also spoiler Morden.
Shepard, I'm glad you came by. I may need your help. I just received a message from the migrant fleet. The Admiralty Board has accused me of treason. I'm scared, Shepard.
Oh! Oh, Tally! How dare they? Like, her dad, the Admiral, gave me the shovel talk, and I feel like I should be giving the shovel talk to him.
Is it because you're working with Cerberus?
I'm not working with Cerberus. I'm working with you. And I got leave to serve on the Normandy again. I have no idea what they're accusing me of. You'd think I would remember if I betrayed the fleet.
You'd think so. Zaid has lots to tell me. Yeah, no, I'll pass. Thank you.
What happens when a Quarian is accused of treason?
There's a hearing, with members of the Admiralty Board acting as judges. My father is an admiral on the board. He'll have to recuse himself from judgment. I can't even imagine what he's thinking right now. The punishment for treason is exile. If they convict me, I can never go back.
Okay, you'll always have a home with me, Tally.
So you have no idea why they're accusing you?
None. The specifics of charges like this are rarely discussed on open channels. I won't know any more until I get to the flotilla.
What happens if you're convicted?
She
Like I said,
just told us that.
exile. The specifics are up to the judges. If it's deemed only a tragic mistake in judgment, the guilty party might receive a small ship and supplies. Not that it really matters. Either way, if I'm convicted, I'll never see the migrant fleet again.
So no prison and no death penalty?
We don't have the spare resources for long-term incarceration.
Hey!
Work detail is more effective. And we don't have enough people to afford executions. An exile can still have children, and those children are welcomed back to the fleet.
I mean, yay, not having a carceral system-ish?
How often is someone from the fleet charged with treason?
It's rare. It must be something that affects the entire flotilla, not just one ship. The most recent one was Honora Vanya Vassilani, an engineer who handed over fleet defense schematics to the Batarians.
Oh!
She had good intentions. The Batarians were contracted to upgrade our systems, but they passed the defense schematics to a pirate.
Well.
Was she convicted?
No. She made a suicide run on the pirate gang. She destroyed them before they could attack the fleet. She was pardoned posthumously. Let's hope I don't have to prove my innocence that way.
Well,
So how does the trial work? How soon do we need to get you there?
They'll wait a reasonable period of time for me to come and defend myself. Eventually, if I don't show up, they'll try me in absentia. As for how it works, it's less formal than an Earth trial or something you'd see on the Citadel. We're family. This is just the worst kind of family meeting.
family meetings are pretty bad as they go. Alright.
Okay. Let's go find the flotilla.
I was going to book passage on another ship. I didn't think there would be time for you to help. Thank you, Shepard. I'll program the Normandy with the flotilla's current location. The admirals will be waiting for us.
So, as much as, like...
So, Gabby, what do you think of our new Quarian boss?
Hush, she's right over there.
She can't hear us with her head. Don't get me wrong, it's a beautiful bucket. The whole suit is lovely, quite snug in all the right places.
Oh my god!
I can hear you.
Okay, Tally, just so you know, Miranda is technically the HR department, I think. Or possibly Kelly, I don't know. But honestly, can I just, like, sack these two? Or at least him? Right. I think everybody's given us their personal mission. Am I right? Have I forgotten? Well, not, Thane is still missing, but he's only just come on board, so that's fine. Can you pretend Jack is HR? Yes! Yes, we totally should. Oh dear. Oh, I realised after the last stream that I probably could have saved before the husk swarm and wouldn't have had to do all of that fight like 6 times or however many times. But But somehow I'd forgotten that, like, you could just save at will in this game unless you're mid-combat, so well done, my brain. I think I've been playing too many things where you can't do that. Right. Ooh, do we have mail? No, we don't have mail. Whose errand shall we go and do first? That's not what I meant to do. I meant to look at journal. Let's try that again. Tally treason. Samara Diadat Yakshi. Oh, that's the other thing I realised after last stream. I said something I kind of regret saying when I was talking about like Samara and her situation that with hindsight was actually really eugenicist. So I'm really sorry I said those things about Samara and Diadat Yakshi. And maybe we'll come back and talk about those when we actually go and do her thing. Garrus, Grunt, Morden. I think I'll keep Tuchanka for fairly late because we do, if I remember correctly, spoiler Morden. And I don't want to spoiler Morden just yet. Jack, Shadowbroker, Miranda, Jacob. Shall we get Jacob and Miranda out of the way and then we never have to talk to them again? I feel like that's a good idea. Right. Travel to Aya. I'm sure the map will tell us where that goes, where that is. Mass relay. We have so much to do, folks. Right. Rosetta Nebula, help Jacob. I think that's the right one. In all of the stuff that's going on. Right. Over there, Alpha Draconis. Do we have fuel? I think we have fuel. If we don't have fuel, we'll get towed back. It'll be fine. There we go. I wonder...
Anomaly detected.
Oh, we could scan this planet.
General distress. MSV Hugo Gernsback. Registration BW461003408.
Probe away.
Impact and unscanned.
Something on our sensors.
Well, hey, that also got us some ESO, so I will actually scan this planet while we're here. Ooh, more ESO.
Launching probe.
I like this planet.
In research projects, Element Zero is used for bioamp and omni-tool upgrades, which allow squad members who have biotic and tech powers to be much more effective.
Thanks, CD. There we go.
Launching probe.
Oh look, we can afford so much stuff now. What is up with the controller feedback, BioWare?
Probe away.
I kind of wish I had one of those, like speedrunners do, where it tells you what inputs they're doing, except like, so chat could see how much my controller is vibrating at any given point, because this is utter nonsense.
Launching probe.
Whee!
Probe away. Launching probe.
There we go.
Launching probe.
So there's specific content warning around this mission. I recently learned that This site contains a lot more info than the URL alone suggests. Does the Dog Die? Yes, I did know that Does the Dog Die contains a lot more info, but you're going to have to actually give me at least something in chat, because
Probe launched.
largely because I don't want to like stop playing to go and read doesthedogdie.com. Even though it probably would be a good idea. But also thank you for looking out for me. Right.
Probe launched.
Depleted! Well, hey! We have stripped mined this planet to death. Sexual assault delight. I remember that. Yeah, thank you. Yeah, that's fine, we will deal, but also, chat, that is your content warning as well. Content warning, sexual assault for this mission. Yeah, that rings a bell. Right, I have to take Jacob, who has what? Pull and incendiary ammo and no barrier. Cool, so we probably want somebody with, like, overload, really. To be fair, you've played this before, so I suspect if it was a trigger for you in particular, you'd probably have memory issues, remember? And also, like, my triggers are like finicky and specific. So yes, I probably would remember if it was really bad for me specifically. I think that's Tally? No, wait. No, Tally doesn't have overload. I actually want to overload more than anything else. Incinerate. No, I thought you had overload. Although Morden might not be a terrible idea, actually. Garrus has overload. Kasumi. Keep pressing the wrong button. Kasumi has overload. Let's take Morden along because he later spoiler. Right. Oh! Shepard has 4 skill points, squad points, something points. What are we gonna do with that? Actually, we've been enjoying. Well, I've been enjoying Shockwave a little bit more. Oh, Morton, hello. Guess Cryoblast. Freeze multiple targets or freeze duration. I would have to have Shepard have, it's one of the options if Shepard gets level 4 in incendiary ammo, I think. Which probably would have been a not terrible idea, but also... Yeah, I'd forgotten about that, actually. I guess we could possibly undo this? Can we undo this? No, we can't. Right, I guess the next time we have 4 points, we might just get squad incendiary ammo then. Whoops. Right, Morden. All of the cryoblasts, all of them. So wait, this is potency of freeze duration. This is spray effect is engineered to multiple targets. I like multiple targets. Squad ammo power is a favourite. Yeah, that's fair. and I guess Morden has to wait for other upgrades. I wonder... Like, Jacob can also have it, but that would involve bringing Jacob along, which, like, not unless I absolutely have to. Let's get him Cerberus Operative. Survival skills and powerful will to live make him even harder to kill. More health. Expertise in neutralizing hostiles increases weapon damage. More damage. And then we can either get incendiary ammo all the way up to 3, or we can get more pull. I think let's get him... Chat and being indecisive. I don't think it actually hugely matters because I don't ever bring Jacob along. He's got enough pull. That's fine. Cool. That's everybody done. Weapons. Where are we going? I think missile launcher should be fine. Cool. Wait, what did Jacob get? Alright, that's the one with the highest number, so we'll go with that. Alright, well, let's do this. Please still be out of the way.
I have run a scan of the ship. I detect no life signs, but there may be useful technology or information still inside.
Bye, shuttle. Kinda wish the shuttle had stayed.
There it is, and mostly intact. They could have survived impact, but it's been years.
Yeah. That's kind of huge. So you might be entertained to hear that
it was stripped after the crash. They'd have tried to get a beacon up as soon as possible.
Horizon Zero Dawn is turning me into a sniper. I don't think I'll be doing it for this game, but...
Along with this anymore. We've done horrible things to the crew. The conditions they're in, they don't understand what we're doing to them. Distract them for 2 seconds and they forget what you did before the bruises show. It's got to stop. I'm talking to the others as soon as...
Oh, that's already sounding unpleasant. Let's do some looting.
Repeat, toxology alert. Danger of rapid neural decay. Local flora chemically incompatible with human physiology. Override. Beacon resumed. Pause time, 8 years, 237 days, 7 hours.
From the look of it, this beacon's been here a while. Why would they wait years to signal?
Pause in beacon protocol. 8 years, 237 days, 7 hours. Pause is recorded as record deleted by Acting Captain Ronald Taylor.
That's not right. My father was first officer.
Deadman's shoes. The beacon is not talking to us. Ronald Taylor was promoted under emergency command protocols, other flagged issues, unsafe deceleration, local food and neural decay, beacon activation protocols. Right.
Who is in command of this ship? Where are the survivors?
Captain Harris Fairchild reported killed following unscheduled suborbital descent. First Officer Ronald Taylor promoted in-field to acting captain.
But where is he now?
The location of the remaining crew of the Hugo Gernsback is unknown. This beacon has been unattended for several maintenance cycles.
I assume unsafe deceleration refers to the crash. Give me the details.
Following an unspecified impact and sublight drive failure, the Hugo Gernsback made an unscheduled descent at 465% of theoretical recommended suborbital velocity.
Whoopsies.
The Hugo Gernsback then decelerated at 782% of theoretical recommended approach velocity, sustaining significant damage to investment and crew.
Investment, eh?
Local food impairs brain functions? What are the effects?
Impairment of mental function due to chemical imbalance begins within 7 days of ingesting local flora, regardless of decontamination or preparation. Impact on higher cognitive abilities and long-term memory is cumulative, but significant within a standard month. It is not known if neural decay is permanent. Data collection was not completed.
This is all very chemists talking about vigorous reactions. Yes, it is, isn't it?
Why wasn't the beacon activated before now?
This emergency beacon became functional after 358 days, 12 hours, following the unscheduled suborbital descent of the Hugo Gernsback. Activation was triggered remotely after 8 years, 237 days, 7 hours, on the authority of Acting Captain Ronald Taylor. Pause in beacon protocol is recorded as record deleted.
Right. Okay.
Come on, let's get going.
Let's check the ship. My father had the beacon for almost 9 years. Maybe that neural decay affected him.
Shouldn't eat local flora. Probably had no choice. Inevitable after that long.
Thanks, Morton.
You came from the sky? The leader said someone would come. He delayed for so long, but he still has power. Some have lost faith. The hunters. They will have seen your star. They will not let you help him.
Well, hello.
What are you talking about? You're not making sense.
I don't remember how to say it. He's our leader and we serve so we can go home. But some want to fight him. They were cast out. He exiled them, so they hunt his machines and those who help him. They don't believe that rescue will come.
Watch out!
Hunters, they won't stop until the leader is dead.
Nearly missed that.
Kill them! Agents of the liar! He will not escape!
Sure love wandering into a firefight and not knowing what the sides even are. Or being able to see anybody. Oh, sod it. Who's down? Why is Jacob down? Why do I have no Medigel? Is it because I keep forgetting to go see the good doctor? Right. Let's do some cryos. Okay. Hey, guess what I'm not using? My ammo powers. That's better. Oh. More cryo powers. Jacob, are you down again? Tough. Stay down. Maybe I should have picked the thing that keeps him alive more. Oh well. Eh, where am I even aiming? What even is aiming? Aw. Can't pull that guy when he's in cover. But now I can freeze him and pull him. Nice. Alright, presumably, yeah, Jacob gets up when we are out of combat.
My father wouldn't let this go on. Something is very wrong.
Oh, if you've lost another 30 minutes, yikes. That does not sound fun, Chiaparelli. Spare parts. On this time, we mostly engage in hubris and things go badly. It's fine. If you missed the tail end of last stream, I had to do several fights multiple times because hubris. Jacobson, yeah.
Strip for parts. Tech's wearing out. Those hunters must be laying on the pressure. Is that a settlement? They'd better be friendlier than the beach group. I need answers.
I mean, the thing with Jacob is, he works for Cerberus because he wants to. I think naive was already written all over his character.
Clearly docile. Same uniform remnants as those who attacked, however.
There aren't any men here. Maybe it affects genders differently?
Oh dear.
Males get violent.
Previous females said hunters were exiled, behavioral, or gender-driven.
It doesn't matter right now. One of these people must know what my father has to do with this.
You have his face. He promised to call the sky, but he sends nothing.
He forced us to eat, to decay. You are cursed with his face.
I'm so tempted by the bottom option. I shouldn't, but I'm so tempted by it.
Not the best reaction to the family resemblance, Jacob.
Why would my father force his crew to eat toxic food? Whatever's happening here needs to stop.
Yeah. Also, yay, Bioware and gender essentialism on top of all of the other biological essentialism.
He has a cruel face. His cruel face. I can't talk to you. I don't want punishing.
This is all looking great. Medigel! But every time we need to pick Jacob off the floor. That way.
Weapons are forbidden.
Yeah, I should have brought somebody with overload.
Do the trick.
Yeah, they don't freeze very well, do they? Actually, I probably should pull the one in the middle and that'll get all of them. Yeah, come on, Shepard, we can do this. Oh no, they did freeze.
Weapons are forbidden.
Bye-bye, Frozen Max!
Your captain demands obedience. Weapons are forbidden. Backup system engaged.
Okay. Nice. Let's
Not
pick up the ammo.
a protocol that condones crew suppression via lethal force.
Well, that would make them hate him. Maybe it was just for defense.
Please, here. You could end it.
Hello.
Have his face. But you fight his machines. You might stop this. This, I forget how to read. But this was the start. What he promised, and what they did to us. We need the sky. Take us back to the sky.
Like, for them having been here like nearly 10 years or whatever, and this being cumulative and degenerative, they are surprisingly together?
Jacob, what does it say?
It's a crew logbook. Some of them thought the beacon repair was taking too long. They were afraid they'd run out of supplies and lose their minds to the decay. My father restricted the ship food for himself and the other officers so they wouldn't be affected. Everybody else had to eat the toxic food and hope for treatment later. The rest is a casualty list. A few mutinied over the decision. My father and his officers turned the mechs on them.
That doesn't explain 10 years. It really doesn't.
The beacon was fixed after a year, so the plan must have worked. Why no signal?
Those weren't the last entries on the casualty list. More incidents, harsh punishments. It's like they're cattle or toys. In a year, all the male crew members are flagged as exiled or dead. They separated out the women, assigned them to officers, like pets. And after the beacon is fixed, the officers appear in the casualties too. After. My father took control and didn't stop it.
I honestly don't feel like I need to ask any of these questions.
Do you see an explanation for this? He's your father.
Is he? None of this fits. Maybe the initial decision, but the rest? Abuse of power doesn't get any clearer than this. I need to find this man.
Funny how you can recognize a junior father, but not in, like, the elusive man. Where the heck are we going? And why are we exploding the inactive mech? I love when the game gives me an option to do something that's like, why would I want to do that? Presumably, it might just be to get rid of these crates. Oh, I guess we'd better get back. No.
No shields.
Whoops. Didn't get back fast enough.
This is Captain Ronald Taylor. Thank God you're here. My girl went insane. I only just got free.
Oh dear.
God damn it. It's really him. Just got free. He's covering his ass.
Get ready to fight.
On target.
Okay. And oh, pull this one up.
Just a thing to help.
Careful. I automated my defenses after the crew tried to run. They keep attacking. I had no choice.
This would be so much easier with overload. Oh, they're coming in at us from multiple sides. Fun. Why is oh those guys are out of range? Ow. Thought that might get all of them. Nice. Thanks, Morden. Ooh, I think my pulse started recharging way faster.
One down.
Nice. Is Jacob? Yeah, Jacob's still alive. Good, good. Oh, that way. Did the robot just say excuse me?
Enjoy.
Power seem to be recharging really quickly. I'm liking this. Where are the others? That way. Ah. Yes, that way. Oh dang, I only got one of them. Can I get the one at the back?
Hostile forces have engaged. Awesome. Plan.
Is this one frozen? Nice. Be more frozen. Be more in the air. Oh, hello. Be more sure. Okay, Shepard, maybe don't stand in the line of fire. How's that for an idea? Hello, cat! Oh, is it cat break time? Okay, Shepard, you stay here. Coffee! Coffee! Come on up. Come say hello to the humans. Mostly come have dreamies. Oh no, I'm wearing something dark so the humans can't see you. I have to remember to wear lighter colors. I had a nap earlier, and the one time that they will actually sit on humans if said human is asleep, because then the human can't cuddle back. So they literally just slept on me for an hour. It was great. Right. And back to gameplay. Okay, Shepard, there we go. He is lying.
Son of a bitch.
He is lying. Hello, fluffy cattens. How you doing? Oh, down we go.
Headed for combat.
That is a good time to use your first chat message, yes. Oh dear. I like how they fall over.
Not difficult. Oh.
Tuned in for cat, excellent. Oh dear. Every stream should have good cat content. Although...
Throwing people away. This thing is not my father.
Power cells. Dude, that's not how it works. Where's the med station? Here. Yes, Coffee is not a cuddly cat and not a particularly predictable cat and very much an adventure cat, so... we have cat breaks when Coffee says there is a cat break, and other than that... Oh, hello. Brainwashed guard. Freeze! Left. And... oh, shields. Freeze! And... just shoot. Just shoot is fine. Although possibly get out of the way of being shot. Ah. Well, should have brought somebody with overload. Freeze. And... what do we do for shields? Cat is predictably unpredictable, yes. Can't wait for when you finally get cat cam set up and Coffee immediately maintains a permanent exclusion zone around that area. Well, I do now have a spare camera that I could, in theory, set up, but yeah, that's pretty much what's likely to happen, yes. hiding behind the fragile crate is probably not the smartest thing I could do here. Okay, you have armor. I guess I do have a missile launcher. Is Jacob down again? Oh no, that might be Morden that's down. Whoopsies. Yep. We have a combat drone on our ass. Morden Y. Whoops! Ow! Hide, hide, hide! No, Morden's down again. Let's find us a different weapon. Okay. That thing is down enough, yes, good. I should remember how to tell my squad to, like, attack a specific enemy, but I don't. Is the mech down? I think the mech is down. Well, I guess I have... Can I shoot this thing? Yes, I can. Good. Oh, hello. Down he goes, and...
Enough with the toys. I need to look my father in the eye and hear him justify this.
Alright. I did see a PDA somewhere. Oh, that's just ammo. Ooh, easy. Where? Where are all of these things? That's the PDA. Where is the Element Zero BioWare? Where? Oh, there we go.
You're here. I knew a real squad would blow through just fine. Sorry if the mech scuffed your pads. I'll get you something nice when we get back to Alliance space. I've got back bay coming.
What about your crew, acting captain?
Total loss. The toxic food turned them wild. They propped me up here in some kind of ritual behavior. Waiting for a chance to signal has been hell.
That's the best you can do?
You let all your people talk back like that? Who are you exactly?
The person's going to punch you in the face if Jacob doesn't do it?
Doesn't matter. You're running a very questionable setup here, Captain. Explain.
Of course. It was chaos after the crash, and the crew never really accepted me as captain. They rebelled and trapped us here. Once they started eating the toxic food, I couldn't control them. And I couldn't get to the beacon.
Just stop. We know what you did to your crew. Why let this go 10 years?
Who the hell are you?
Taylor. Lieutenant Jacob Taylor.
Jacob? My Jacob?
Welp.
Not who you expected.
Oh, this is...
I was hoping not to have to explain this to him. Or anyone, really. You have to understand, this isn't me. The realities of command, they change you. I wasn't ready for that. I made sure you were taught right. Before I left, I hoped to leave it at that.
This is so horrifying.
I'm not biting, Captain. At some point, you chose to do this to your crew. You.
What was that moment? I want to know that there was an actual reason.
There was resistance to the plan. Mutiny. We had to take a hard line to keep order, and things settled down. As the decay set in, we made sure the crew were comfortable. Some even seemed happier. Ignorance is bliss, right? And they were grateful for
I'm waiting for the prompt to punch him, and I'm not getting it.
It was easy at first. Months in, the effect lowered inhibitions. They got territorial. Rank, protocol, they couldn't understand. We had to establish dominance. After a while, the perks seemed normal.
That's it? You created a harem and played king? 10 years in a juvenile fantasy?
I can't point to where it all went wrong. But when the beacon was ready, revealing what happened didn't seem like a good idea.
Cat says we have to have another break. Hello? What's up? Are you very cuddly today? Are you sure you're okay? Okay, bye. I get a prompt I may not want to take. Okay, cool. I figured that they might be coming for him and I might get the chance to rescue him or, like, stop them, and yeah, I think you may have a point there. Investigate. No, I don't want to know any of these things. I'm done with this guy. Is this what can undo the damage to everyone else? Because that I'm up for.
We can help these people.
Yes.
Cerberus can have ships here in days and pull everyone out.
He's not worth the fuel to haul him out or the air he's breathing. He's damn lucky I don't think he's even worth pulling the trigger. I don't know who you are.
Fingers off trigger.
Any father I remember.
I honestly don't know, like, what I would want to do here, because this is just grim. Let's be good. Good.
We'll secure him for an Alliance court. For every year here, he'll have 10 to think about it.
Yeah,
give him all the time in the galaxy. The man who did this doesn't know right from wrong.
I'm sorry, Jacob. I did the best I could.
I'm 10 years past believing that.
No, I didn't get the prompt to shoot or not shoot. Cat overall accepted, yeah. We all bow to the cat in this household. Hello, HMJ, name too short. It is handled okay. They chose to put this in this game in relation to the character that I don't give a shit about and literally nobody gives a shit about. Sort of way? Well, I got that out of the way. Now we can go feed our fish. I think we'll do Miranda's next. We might actually have time to do one more tonight.
Alliance ships are inbound to secure Captain Taylor and his crew, Commander. We'll be long gone by the time they get here.
We better be. Joker does not deserve me taking this out on him.
Don't even give them the tail lights.
Roger that.
What do you mean it wasn't you?
Jacob, if I had leaked the information about the Gernsback, I would be smiling at your resolution of the situation. I am not smiling.
Oh, more punchable faces.
Because given the result, it feels like something you'd have your hands in.
You know very little about me, Shepard. Don't presume to understand my intentions. Cerberus is ultimately about humanity. My people are valuable to me.
Fine. You didn't forward it, so who did?
I did.
Oh, delightful. I hate all of you. Literally all of you. Some of the loyalty missions are quite short, yeah.
Was it supposed to be a favor, or did you just want to see him squirm?
What he did with it was his own business. There was a time when it mattered to you. Sending this along seemed like keeping an old promise. I keep my promises.
Miranda, we'll discuss your liberal interpretation of security protocol in private. Shepard, Jacob.
I hate all of them. They deserve each other so much, but why do I have to deal with them? Why? Why are they all my problem?
You had no idea Miranda was behind this.
No, she's got a good memory. Selective, but good. I haven't thought about those days in a long time. Can't figure which promise she meant, though. Not sure I really want to know. She requires a better man than I.
Oh, they used to bang, didn't they? Plague on all their houses.
Aye, Commander. Shepard. Thanks for the help.
Anytime, Jacob.
Sure. I wonder what gave me the various Renegade and Paragon points. In some ways, as much as at least you don't have to be a space Nazi to get Renegade points in this game, the system is more incomprehensible. Ooh, SMG shield piercing. Yes, thank you! Armor upgrades. That's palladium. Okay, we can afford all three of these, although we should look into the ship enhancements first. Extended fuels, not now. Those are not a priority. Like, we'll do them before we go deal with the collectors, but... Why do you kick me out of the interface every time I do something? Why? Alright, prototypes. No. What do we need for the cane again? Iridium. Whoops. Must get more iridium. Really want to walk around the Citadel with a portable nuke. Alright, I think it is fish feeding time. Actually, I could probably bother Vane again. I hate the layout of this place. Hey Kelly, do you have any messages for me? No.
Commander, you've received a new message at your private terminal.
Okay, I have to sneak behind her for her to talk to me. What the hell? From Tombs. What the hell kind of game are you playing, Shepard? You did the buddy act when I had the gun on that Cerberus scientist telling me you understood. Oh, that guy has a point. That guy has so much of a point. Now I find out you're working with Cerberus. Tests were done on me that you can't even imagine. I think I was... Well, no, I think I wasn't there. For years Cerberus did them, they tortured me, they used me as a damn lab rat, and now you're teaming up with them like they're any other merc band. I've got my own merc team now, Shepard, and I kill any Cerberus team I can find. If I run into you, don't expect any different. Dude, fair play. Like, Toombs has all of the points in the universe. Oh dear. We haven't had any good spam recently. Right. Where is... Where is Thane? Thane is here. And then Fish. And then I'll go deal with Miranda's family and drama. Do they get, like, more stuff to say after you do the loyalty missions. Actually, even if they do, I don't care about those two. Life support. Hello, mister. I'm made entirely of trauma.
Is there something wrong?
Yes. Now that you are here, though, it seems more difficult to talk about.
I've got time. Take it at your own pace.
Thank you. I fear I've already done that for too long. I had a family once. I still have a son. His name is Kolyat. I haven't seen him for a very long time.
Did something happen to them?
I abandoned them. Oh, not all at once. Nothing dramatic, no sneaking out in the middle of the night, no final argument or slammed door. I just did my job. I hunted and killed across the galaxy. Away on business, my wife would tell people. I was always away on business.
How long's it been since you talked?
10 years. He showed me some of his schoolwork and asked if we could dance crazy. We did that when he was younger.
What?
What sort of dance is that?
It's... I checked my extranet contacts. I expect an update on my next target. The console plays music, old, unfashionable. Kolyat jumps into the room. My father runs around in circles. I scoop him up, toss him into the air. He shrieks, laughs, spin me. The console beeps. I put him down. Click the message. Father, he pleads, tugs my sleeve. I need to read this, I say. I don't look at him.
This feels like he's been, like, dissociating his whole life, except he also remembers everything. So that's fun.
You never mentioned this before. Why now?
When my wife departed from her body, I attended to that issue. I left Kolyat in the care of his aunts and uncles. I have not seen him or talked to him since.
So, this is allegedly the Paragon option from how the mechanics in this game work, but that just sounds like I'm accusing him of... I mean, he did neglect his son, but that does not feel like the Paragon option, I think, is what I'm trying to say.
Choice I expected. Why didn't you raise him yourself?
My body is blessed with the skills to take life. The Hanar honed them in me. I have few others. I didn't want that life for Kolyat. I hoped he would find his own way. If he hated me, so be it. He would not have shared the path of sin. I used my contacts to trace Kolyat. He has become disconnected. He does what his body wills.
You'll have to explain that one to me.
Disconnected. The body is not our true self, the soul is. Body and soul work as one in a whole person. When the soul is weakened by despair or fear, when the body is ill or injured, the individual is disconnected, no longer whole.
What's wrong with him? Is he hurt?
Something happened that should not have. He knows where I've been, what I've done. I don't know his reasons, but he has gone to the Citadel. He's taken a job as a hitman. I would like your help to stop him. This is not a path he should walk.
You don't hire a raw rookie for a contract killing.
I'm afraid someone may have seen we share a name and assumed we share skills. I don't know why he would accept the task.
Yeah, that's unfortunate.
You maybe?
That thought haunts me more than any other.
I love that I just keep twisting the knife.
Thane, I don't have your contacts and I don't have your tracking skills. Why do you need my help for this?
I don't need your help, I want it. The last time I saw my son, they wrapped your body in sea lines, weighted it with stones. He tries to pull from me, calls for her. The Hanar lift her off the platform, they sing like bells. The fire has gone to be kindled anew. He begs them not to take her away.
They let her body slide into the water. He hits me. Don't let them. Stop them. Why weren't you
It always rains on Kaje. Warm water pours down his face.
You would think they could, like, resettle them on a drier planet.
I didn't mean to make you relive that.
Perfect memory. It is sometimes a burden.
What made him go to the Citadel?
Years ago, I prepared a package for him. A relic of my ill-spent life. I had Volus bankers store it, and arranged for delivery when I died. He acquired it early. I don't really know how. I did wet work on the Citadel around the time his mother died. That may be why he went there.
Well, let's go find your kid.
As soon as possible.
Thank you, Shepard. I'll be meditating until you need me.
Yeah, the fact that all of these missions are clearly urgent, but the game mechanics are such that that's never reflected, is quite entertaining. Right. Feed the fish, feed the fish. Ooh, if we go to the Citadel, we can acquire more fish. And I think I still have more spaceships to acquire. I think there's like 2 or 3 missing in here. 2, I think. Right, feed the fish. Look at me remembering to feed the fish. Miranda's family's on the Citadel, aren't they? I don't think any game with RPG elements has ever solved the problem of, like, time-critical things. Yeah, that's fair. It would be, like, interesting to make you choose between who you help. But also there's other elements of this game where it would make it very bad if it did that. Right, so Thane's stuff is on the Citadel. Samara's kid is on Omega. It's everyone and their children. Garrus's stuff is on the Citadel. Grunt and Mordin's is all on Tachanka. Jax is somewhere else entirely. Oh, Miranda's is on Ilium. Alright, let's go to Ilium. I thought Miranda's was on the Citadel. Right, where is... Oh dear. Oh, I was already helpfully positioned to go back to the mass relay. Never mind. Okay. Oh, we have a blood pack base to destroy. Yeah, not today. We could have, like, dealt with Miranda's stuff last time, actually, because we were on Ilium already. Whoops. Deus Ex Human Revolution did do an interesting thing where you got to your first mission but could spend time exploring HQ before setting off. If you spent more than about 20 minutes doing so, you'll find several hostages have died. Whoopsies! That is kind of cool. Like, I don't particularly like time pressure elements in games. They make me anxious. But it's certainly interesting to think about in terms of game mechanics. Okay. Do this, never talk to Miranda again. I probably will talk to her. Alright, I have to take her with me, although she doesn't know we're doing her mission yet. Oh, the red circles are people whose loyalty missions we've done. Alright, Miranda, what have you got? She's got Overload and Warp. Wait, she's got Warp? Who else do we take? Like, at this point it's kind of everybody's asked me to do their personal stuff. They're clearly preoccupied with their own shit, so I'm like, come and help me help this other person who, by the way, I don't give a shit about. Instead of like us going to do your personal mission. It's never really accounted for in character or in narrative. So I think to kind of account for it a little bit, we'll take Kasumi, whose personal mission is done and she's presumably not preoccupied. Oh, Miranda. I think we're gonna get advanced warp. Heavy warp, damage hugely increased, unstable warp, blast radius. Heavy warp, I think. And then we have 6 more, so we'll take more overload and more Cerberus officer. Boom. And hi, Kasumi, what do you want to do? Right. Which do we max out? Actually, Shadow Strike is kind of ridiculous. Deadly Shadow Strike increases damage done when assassinating the target. Rapid Shadow Strike reduces the cooldown if the target is killed by this power. Let's go with Rapid. Actually, so Seraphina playing a game recently whose name escapes me, but you have a limited amount of resources to keep yourself and a bunch of other AIs sentient, and under normal rules you're unlikely to be able to save everyone. Oh, that was more Metroidvania. And you can also play with those timers turned off. That's cool. Also, it reminds me of the oh, what's it called? I've got a card game that's like you're a bunch of zombies running a fast food joint and you only have one brain between you. That's exactly what that sounds like. We're gonna save those 2 points for later. Right, that's everybody leveled up. We're probably still good with missile launches here. Pass me the brain! Yes, something like that. Right, I think we're good to go. Miranda, where's your sister? Or did I have to talk to her before we landed? I have a sneaky suspicion I had to talk to her before we landed. Let's have a look. Journal. Speak to Lantea. Travel to Ilium and speak with Miranda's contact Lantea in the Eternity Lounge. Cool. Right. I have a vague memory of where the Eternity Lounge is. Hang on, we get maps. Alright, all the way around. And
You don't understand. I lost it somewhere near the transport terminal. It can't be replaced. It's a token from my bondmate.
Hello.
I think my child has to remember her.
Are you?
Goodbye. Please, if you find it.
Are you a side quest?
I'm on a call.
No, she's not a side quest. Fair enough. Vista, talk to Kasumi.
Towers, traffic, lights, and Asari everywhere you look. I thought about living here for a while, but everybody's so tight-ass. It's all about money to these people. I do what I do for the love of it.
How can you short sell on prefabs after these human colony attacks? They're going to see a ton of business.
Right. I can see Kasumi living here. But I also understand why she might not want to. You remember the Eternity Lounge where my friend Conrad was? Yes, yes, him. Oh dear. I do remember there being people here who were too busy to talk to me. Wait a sec. This is not where I thought I was. No, that's not the button I thought it was. Oh no, this is exactly where. Alright, that's probably Liara's dad. I found a slave broker. How delightful.
It's okay, I'll think of something.
You said Synthetic Insights would buy me.
Oh!
It was an easy sale.
Oh no!
Assumed they would want an AI tech. Hello, can I help you with something?
Yes!
I need you to let that slave go. Now.
We prefer the term indentured servant.
I'm sure you do.
I know that Batarian slavers have made humans understandably prejudiced against slavery. Before you do anything hasty, know that this Quarian signed the agreement voluntarily, and her servitude contract is completely legal on Ilium. If you actually want to help the Quarian, convince the Synthetic Insights representative to purchase her contract.
Legal and morally right are not the same thing, and are frequently the exact opposite thing.
Why did this Quarian sign herself into slavery?
I tried to play the stock market. I'm good with numbers, and I thought I had a way to make unlimited.
Oh, honey.
I lost everything. Then I got a credit line and lost that. Then I took out an illegal loan. You get the picture.
As part of our agreement, I paid off her debts. 5 years from now, she'll have a fresh start and excellent work references.
Sounds great. Unless you lose her paperwork or come up with a reason to hold her longer.
All contracts are monitored by Ilium law enforcement.
Ah yes, because cops are so great at this.
Proof would be on me. No system is perfect, but safeguards are set up to protect all parties.
Is my option of helping to convince people to buy her? Ugh, gross.
What if I bought her myself? I could let her go and everyone would be happy.
A gallant offer with 3 problems. First, her technical skill merits a contract of several 100,000 credits.
There's also a fee for freeing me before my service period ends.
Exactly. And finally,
presumably not if I take you off Ilium.
Service contract requires that she remain.
F.
I don't want them to take me off to a mine somewhere.
Like, I could take you back to the flotilla. I'm going there.
I'll talk to the Synthetic Insights rep and see what I can do.
Really? Thank you. I'd appreciate that.
I didn't actually ask what. Why the Synthetic Insights rep didn't want to buy her. Never mind.
Oh, it's okay. Our amino acids are all different.
Oh!
Like we can get
No! The Quarian, the Turian is still hitting on the poor Quarian. Right.
Can I help you with something?
Would you like a Quarian?
I know a slave will sell you the service contract for a Quarian programmer.
Synthetic Insights has no interest in purchasing slave labor. We're under enough scrutiny from the Citadel without engaging in practices the Council disapproves of.
That's entirely fair.
We're hardly hiring anyone. The Geth attack on the Citadel didn't engender much love for artificial intelligence.
I hate everything about this. This is like, I can convince anybody to do anything except for, like, that slaver to just free the Quarian. Which, come on, I'm Shepard. This is my favorite gun.
I see what's going on.
Let's make her feel bad.
About slaves. You just don't want to hire a Quarian.
What? But...
Is it because you don't want to feed them, or do you just not like the suits?
Synthetic Insights has a strict non-discrimination policy. We don't just hire indentured servants.
Maybe I'll take this to Ilium's trade bureau just to be sure.
Wait! Let's not do anything crazy. We don't want to waste the bureau's time. Okay? Fine. I'll go drop a contract. Just leave Ilium's bureaucracy. bureaucracy out of it. This Quarian had better be good, though.
Well, everything about this is terrible and I feel gross. Ugh. Where is she again? Oh, there. Okay, found you.
Synthetic Insights just sent over the contract. I cannot thank you enough.
I didn't do it for you. I did it for her.
Regardless, a kindness to her is mine to repay. Here, for your trouble. Now, if you'll excuse me, I'll get this service contract transferred.
Can I give whatever I just got to the poor Quarian? Like, seriously, I just got 2,000 credits for this shit job and I can't even give it to the Quarian. What the fuck, BioWare? Hi, Lantea.
I'm glad you've made it. We've had a complication.
What happened? Is Oriana all right?
She's fine, but you listed a man named Niket as your trusted source. He contacted me, warning that your father has sent Eclipse mercenaries to make a sweep. He suggested that the mercs might be watching for you personally. He's offered to escort Oriana's family to the terminal instead.
That sounds like a trap.
You didn't mention anything about Niket.
He's a friend. He and I go back a long way.
Do you want to bring in any of your other Ilium contacts, Ms. Lawson?
No. You and Niket are the only two I trust on this.
What information do you have about the mercenaries?
I've confirmed that they're Eclipse, and that they're working for an organization Ms. Lawson warned us about. I could try to alert the authorities, but so far they've done nothing illegal.
You made the right decision. We'll handle this ourselves.
What do you want to do, Miranda?
Sister Miranda, what do you want to do?
Lantea, we'll follow Niket's suggestion. Shepard and I will take the car and draw their attention. Have Niket escort the family to the shuttle. Give him full access to the family's itinerary, just to be safe.
Understood, Ms. Lawson.
So the plan is for us to get shot down by Eclipse while your sister gets to safety?
Eclipse will be under orders to take my sister alive. They won't risk anything that could kill us.
I am pretty sure that, like, the plan is for Niket to double-cross us.
I doubt Eclipse will send all their people just to stop you. Do you want to give Niket any backup?
Niket can take care of himself. Besides, any armed backup just draws attention to him.
I'm ready when
Let's do it!
Thank you, Shepard. I appreciate this. I hadn't planned on Eclipse, but they never planned on you.
You'd better appreciate this. Enough to stay alive so I can get the green ending in 3. Shepard is getting increasingly grumpy, as is Elmira. Right. Who did we pick? Kasumi. Everyone is already leveled, and everyone is already armed.
Damn it! Eclipse mercenary gunships. They'll be dropping troops in the cargo areas.
We haven't fought a gunship recently. Also, kind of realised that it's kind of break time, but also, eh.
Put us down in that cover.
Who needs ads?
Let's hope they really do want to take us alive.
Thanks, Miranda.
Hold fire! I said hold fire, damn it!
A+ landing, whoever was driving that.
I got this.
He's got very fancy shields.
Since you're not firing yet, I trust you know who I am.
Yeah, they said you'd be in the car. You're the bitch that kidnapped our boss's little girl.
Kidnapped? This doesn't involve you. I suggest you take your men and go.
Think you've got it all lined up, huh? Captain Inyala's already moving in on the kid. She knows about Niket. He won't be helping you.
Oh, Niket's not double-crossing us. Let's make everybody monologue.
What do you mean Niket won't be helping us?
Nothing you need to worry about. Nobody's gonna get killed unless you do something stupid.
Excuse me, do you know who I am?
Girl goes back to her father, and everybody's happy.
Everybody but my sister. And me.
Should we be talking to Captain Inyala about this?
You don't want to talk to the captain. She's not as polite as I am.
He definitely doesn't know who I am.
Commando I've ever seen. I've seen her tear people in half with her biotics. And she's getting paid a lot to stop you.
She gets in my way, she'll never have a chance to spend it.
Wait, Miranda, you said she was your twin sister.
That what she told you? No, this crazy bitch kidnapped our boss's baby daughter. He's been looking for her for more than a decade.
It's complicated, Shepard. We share the same DNA, just not the same birthday.
You took a baby from the richest guy in the galaxy, lady. I don't know what your damage is, but you're not getting away with it.
You're not getting Miranda's sister. If you push this, it'll go badly for you.
Captain Inyala ordered us to give you one chance to walk away. This whole time we've been talking, my men have been lining up shots. When I say the word, we unleash hell in your squad. So I suggest you walk away nicely, unless you want things...
I love that this is just a cutscene. I mean, I guess if I hadn't gotten the prompt... Oh, I might have had to deal with more of this nonsense. Wow, that poor guy. That poor guy's on his own.
Firing now.
Okay, he does have backup. Ew. Where are you? Come out. There we go. Go on, Kasumi. Stabs. I like the remote stabs. Oh yes, we have overload. Very nice. Shepard, why this gun?
Watch for the drone.
The drone, the missiles, the everything. Also, the ammo buff. Hello. Oh dang, I can't see you behind this column.
Nice.
Alright, that worked.
Come on, we need to get to Niket.
Doing our best, Miranda.
Here we go.
Remote stabs. Oh! She didn't get him. Don't know why. Miranda, did you get your friend killed?
Hang on, I've got one of their radios. I'll patch us in, see if I can get an idea of what we're up against. Shepard, I think I owe you an explanation. Oriana is my twin, genetically. But my father grew her when I was a teenager. She was meant to replace me. I couldn't let my father do to her what he did to me. So I rescued her. She's almost a woman now.
What's the difference between twin and clone for the purposes of this? Not that it, like, particularly matters. Yeah, I don't particularly care about her age or why Miranda's explained herself. Let's go.
Eclipse knows where Oriana is. They'll be moving in on her soon. We need to hurry.
Agreed. I'm a bit worried by what the Merc said. If they've got to Niket somehow, this is going to be harder than I'd planned. According to the specs I reviewed, we'll need to cut through the cargo processing yard to get to Oriana.
Can you tell me anything about the cargo processing yard?
We'll be moving through conveyor systems. There'll be a lot of movement. Finding targets won't be easy. We'll need to stay sharp. And these cargo transports carry hazardous materials. So watch what you shoot at.
I'm hearing platforming.
I hope your friend can be trusted.
Absolutely. Niket is one of my oldest friends. I guess you could say he was my only real friend. He's the only person I didn't cut ties with when I left my father.
Still expect him to double-cross us.
Is there a chance your father could be using Niket to get to you?
I'm sure he's tried, but Niket's one of the few people who understands what my father is really like. I trusted him with my life when I ran from my father, Shepard. He won't betray me now.
Again, you work for Cerberus. I have a lot of reasons to doubt your judgment, Miranda. Not on a clinical level, Miranda herself was already genetically engineered on a lot. Yeah, that's true.
Let's go find Niket and Oriana.
Right.
Maybe Oriana can have, like, therapy and a normal life. Which way? This way.
They're on the far side of the conveyor line. Time your shots.
Tough, we're gonna hack a PDA first. Down we go. Yay stuff. Right, where?
Here they come.
Oh, found you. F. Right, I can probably... Why are you... Oh god, Miranda's down. And I have no Medigel. Like, I keep forgetting to pick up Medigel. Okay, ooh. Explosive container, you say? That sounds useful about now. Ooh, you have shields. You no longer have shields. Now both of you can come flying.
I've seen us. Down you go.
This isn't Yellow. Keep the bitch back. The cat is nearing the transport terminal.
Where the hecking heck are we going? Medkit! Yay! And ammo.
This looks interesting.
Yay! Yay, more SMG damage. We like that. Hello! Let me open this locker first. Deal with you later. Hi! Bye! Where did they go though? Ah, there. And another shockwave. Any more? There's another one down there. Okay. Down. Eclipse Engineer. Nice. Explosions. Whoop your face.
Now you see me.
Stab your face.
There we go.
Send you flying. Whoop your face. Any more? Oh, hello. I guess we could just pull you, maybe. Haha, yes. Alright. Onwards.
Divert everyone except my guard from the cat. I'll handle him and the kid personally.
Oh. I'm lost.
Damn it, I'm not letting her get Oriana.
Oh, Eclipse Merc for scanning. There, good.
This is valuable.
Heck. Miranda, anytime you want to tell me where the heck we're going, I would appreciate it. Yeah, why? It's not this way. We came from here. So this tells me this way, and then as soon as I get here, tells me the other way. Oh well, Shepard is lost. Miranda should have got somebody with a better sense of direction to help her. Secure terminal. Let's hack that then. That one. Success. Stuff! Miranda, where the heck are we going?
We've been spotted.
Oh, good. That at least gives me something to do and somewhere to go. Actually, I think I can get both of these guys. Yes. Aha!
Shields have failed.
Being fired on at least, like, gives me a clear indication of where I'm meant to be going. I'll take it. Whoop your face. Pull your face. Nice. That way. I see you. Whoop your face. Overload your shields. Ooh, heavies. Oh, that didn't work. But I hear flying in the air makes aiming missiles really, really difficult. Alright, next.
We can cut down through the cargo line. Yes!
That was perhaps a mistake, if we're being perfectly honest, but hey, I'm sure it'll be fine. Actually, I can probably shockwave both of them. Hubris! Oh, so much hubris! Chatter have regrets. Yep! Thought that might have been hubris. Never mind! Oh well. I wonder where it puts me back. I hope I don't have to clear the whole cargo line thing. Well, I think that's actually not very far back. That's just before we cut through, maybe? Yeah. That's a nice checkpoint. I also really should start saving better and more frequently, but... oh no, that might have been where we got lost. It keeps switching around which side my squad members are on, and I don't understand why it does that. Like, every time I die, they switch around where they are. Okay, no, this is exactly where I thought we were. Let's not cut down to the cargo line before we've eliminated everybody on the other side. I think that might be a good idea. Remote stabs. No remote stabs. Fair enough. I mean, fly and air. Now you don't have shields. And now you don't have shields. Making them not have shields is my favorite. Come on out. Nice. Oh. Naughty drone. Very naughty drone. Oh, the engineer is over there. Cool. We can deal with that. Zaps and shots to the face. Excellent. Forwards, allegedly. No, that just puts us... Oh! Oh, that just gives us some element 0. I will take that. Secure terminal where? Where is the loot spire? Where?
Operatives have attempted to delay you by disabling the elevators. I am overriding their lockdown.
Thanks, CD. Oh. Face swaps. Stabs.
Did I do that?
She's great. I love Kasumi very much. Where was the secure terminal? I want that loot. Oh well.
Get ready to burn. Drone, watch out.
Zaps.
Here we go.
Thank you.
Enemy down.
I see a med station. Oh, whoops. I have regrets. Oh no, you don't.
Down you go.
Okay, I saw barriers. Can I warp barriers? I can't because warp is recharging. Let's have stabs. Thanks, Kasumi. Okay.
To the terminal. He'll switch the family over to our transport.
Maybe the captain knows we're listening in and she's feeding misinformation about Niket making a switch. Or maybe it means something else. Niket wouldn't do that. Damn it, why let the thing go any faster?
I'm loving the elevator music. Can't remember if the ring rearranging thing was always a problem. You get a lot more quick bind keys on the PC, so I went into that menu far less often. Yeah, that's fair. I had actually wondered how this worked on PC, because obviously I've never played it on PC and I'm not a PC gamer. One of the reasons why I played Mass Effect when I did, when I eventually got over the Mako being undrivable, was that you could use that menu to effectively stop combat and think about it, which works for me very well. And it's one of the reasons I never got on with Andromeda, because you can't do that. Right. Miranda, your judgment is non-existent.
Sure that Niket wouldn't turn on you.
He could have turned on me when I ran away. I'm sure my father tried to buy him off. If he didn't do it then, why would he do it now?
Did Niket know that you took Oriana from your father?
No, he just found out about that recently. It was too personal to involve someone else. I never really thought about it, but maybe... No, he'd have to understand why I did it. He knows what I went through.
Sorry, Miranda, your judgment is crap.
The message on the radio seemed pretty clear.
He wouldn't betray me. We'll be at the transport shuttle in a moment and we'll clear this up.
Meanwhile, enjoy this elevator music.
Listen to me. I've got authorization to change their booking.
I'm sorry, sir. We're under security lockdown. Until the situation in the cargo terminal is resolved, no passengers can be rebooked.
This isn't worth my time, Niket. I get paid regardless of how the girl gets there.
No. I was told that I could handle this my way. We're not traumatizing the family any more than we...
Welp.
Miri.
This should be fun.
Oh no! I don't think the poor travel agent deserved that.
You sold me out.
How do you want to handle this, Miranda?
Why, Niket? You were my friend. You helped me get away from my father.
Yes, because you wanted to leave. That was your choice. But if I'd known that you'd stolen a baby...
I didn't steal her. I rescued her.
From a life of wealth and happiness, you weren't saving her. You were getting back at your father.
Wealth and happiness, totally the same thing.
How did Miranda's father turn you?
They told me you kidnapped your baby sister all those years ago. They said I could help get her back peacefully. No trauma to the family.
No, I think finding out that you'd been kidnapped as a baby probably is trauma.
You finally told me what you'd done. I called them back that night.
Why didn't you call me, Niket? We've been through a lot. You could have at least let me explain.
I deserve to know that you'd stolen your sister, Miri. I deserve to know you were with Cerberus. But I had to hear it from your father first.
It's good that the various merc groups are all ambiguous to GTS.
I knew Eclipse was willing to get their hands dirty, but kidnapping a kid?
I'm not stealing her. I'm rescuing her. Come on, Niket. Let's finish this bitch off and get out of here.
Extremely a plague on all their houses. All of them.
Getting dressed. Or does Cerberus really let you whore around in that outfit?
Whoa! Yeah, all of the Cerberus personal missions are very much like a plague on everybody's house here. I'm done.
You agree with Miranda. Oriana has been with her family for years now.
Her father can still give her a better life.
You don't know what my father wants for her.
I know that I've been poor, Miri. I didn't much care for it.
He wants to take a girl away from the only family she's ever known. Doesn't that tell you what he really is?
Well, let's try and solve this peacefully, but I suspect it will involve shooting people in the face.
If you're working for Miranda's father, that means he knows about Oriana. We need to find a new solution.
Miranda's father has no information about Oriana. I knew you had spy programs in your father's system, Miri, so I kept it private. I'm the only one who knows.
Which means that you're the only loose end. This isn't how I wanted it to end, Niket.
Miranda, wait. You don't want to do this.
This has to end here, Shepard. My father will keep trying to find Oriana.
Maybe Niket can help. Talk to your father. Just say you got here first.
I'll tell him that you hid her. That I don't know where she is.
I never want to see you again, Niket.
Done.
Well...
Now, if you don't mind, I have a shipment to deliver.
You'll die for that, bitch!
Oh wow, she got up. I did not expect that. Right. What are we dealing with? Mostly Aniala, I would imagine. Barriers warp quite nicely. Kasumi, can you do backstabs? Nice. Why can't I target her? Ah! Dang, drone got me. Whoopsies. Where is Inyala? Oh, hello. What are you doing there? Is it getting stabbed? I think it should be getting stabbed. Ah! Okay. Thank you, Kasumi. That's better. Warp your face. There she is. Get more backstabs. Ow. 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 Can we have some recovery, please? Thank you. I'm kind of hoping that if we get Inyala, all of this will stop, but no, I think we've just got Inyala and it's not stopping, so let's do the rest. Any more? Tell you what, fly! Oh, there's more incoming, how dare! Why are you still standing? Been shooting you for ages, you're out of range. Not entirely sure how you're out of range, but now you're definitely no longer out of range.
Beautiful.
Are we...
There could be more Eclipse mercs near the shuttle.
Mostly done.
Make sure Oriana and her family get on safely.
Okay, where are we going? Down this elevator. Ooh, what did I see? Whatever. Ooh, secure terminal. Nice. Trinket. This locket has a picture of an Asari and a human man. It doesn't look expensive, but likely holds sentimental value. Oh, I know where that goes. Nice.
I can't believe Niket sold me out. I didn't even see it coming.
Yeah, maybe reconsider all of your life choices, Miranda.
I'm guessing that's one you won't repeat.
Why didn't you let me kill him? I could have handled that. But watching him get gunned down by that Asari bitch.
Wow, she really cares about who killed him rather than that he's dead. I honestly have no good answers here other than just, can we get this over and done with?
You still cared for him, even if he betrayed you.
You're right. And my father knew it. He used that against me. It's always been like this. My father gave me anything I ever wanted. But there was always a hook, an angle for his long-term plan. I threw away everything he ever gave me when I ran. accept Niket. Weakness on my part?
Your father gave you a person. There may be something wrong with that. No, I'm done doing emotional support for Miranda.
Right. No sign of Eclipse. It looks like we're clear.
Way!
There she is. She's safe. With her family.
Oh, this is where I get to tell her whether to go and talk to her sister, isn't it? Ugh.
Come on, we should go.
I said I was done doing emotional support for Miranda, but let's do the thing.
Even want to say hello?
It's not about what I want, it's about what's right for her. The less she knows about me, the better. She's got a family. A life. I'll just complicate that for her.
Alright.
Okay, let's go.
Sounds like she's thought it through. Bye, baby Miranda. Hope you grow up to be a better person. Ah, success. Miranda power unlocked. Miranda new outfit unlocked. Oh no. Manager capacity. Wow, Cerberus funded that mission. Sure. No conflict of interest or anything. Well, hey! We never have to speak to them again. We're gonna speak to them. But we definitely have time for one more. Oh. Why are we here, of all places? Like, this is a really silly place to dump us back, but sure. I guess we started here. We can now go find that Asari who was like... And this was my locket. And then...
has come to a tragic end as the businesswoman was killed in her office.
Yay!
No formal suspects. Dantius was no stranger to controversy.
News about us getting rid of Nasana.
Do you have anything flashier?
Where was that Asari? Yes, there.
There we go. Run away.
You say conflict of interest, I say profit. Yes, quite.
No, you don't understand. I lost it somewhere near the transport terminal.
Hi.
Pardon me, I'm dealing with damn Ilium travel bureaucracy.
Were you trying to get them to help you find this locket?
Oh, Stephen, thank you. Thank you so much. My daughter was young when he died. This is the only memento she has of him. Please accept this. It's much less than I would have had to pay the bureaucrats to authorize a search.
No. Look at us being good and helpful. We can talk to Miranda. See what she has to say about Ilium.
You have to give the Asari credit. Ilium is a cultural marvel.
Of course she thinks that.
Learn a lot from their ingenuity.
Dear Miranda, capitalism and culture are not the same thing.
Bad luck on the stock market. Debt piling up. You need to explore other options.
I wonder how I get back to the Normandy. Ah yes, through this door I think. Normandy airlock. Fabulous. Return to Normandy. Yes. Oh, heck! I did not speak to that Solarian, I don't think. Although, if I remember correctly, that was one of those A Plague on All Your Houses quests. But we're also coming back here for the Shadow Broker quest later on, so we will probably come back to him. Probably. Right. Must feed fish. I guess then I'll speak to both Jacob and Miranda because I have to. Oh, we can also do some research.
Message at your private terminal.
Oh, Kelly, sure. From Leslie, thank you. I'm Leslie. I was an Aya. The food made me sick. Oh, honey. The doctors are helping me now. One doctor knows Jacob. He says he can tell you this. He could write this for me, but I want to do it. I need to use my words. My words are coming back. I can talk well. Reading is hard, but I'm getting better. I have to get better. Taylor wanted me like this. He wanted my words gone. I have to show him that he lost. I'm not weak. He did things to me and he can't now. He can't take away my words. He can't make me not me anymore because you and Jacob stopped him. Yay! We made this galaxy slightly less miserable. Woohoo. Fish. Feed fish. Oh, we haven't spoken to our space hamster yet either. Okay, fish are fed. Hello, space hamster. Space hamster says squeak. Right. Jacob and Miranda are on different levels because of course they are. We'll finish off with Jacob because I also want to deal with some weapons research and stuff. Let's go talk to Miranda first. And then hopefully never again. Like, she can't possibly get any more character development, right? Oh, there's the other thing we're going to do. We're going to go through MedLab and see if we can get more Medigel, because I keep leaving the Normandy with insufficient Medigel. Medigel? Dr. Chakwas, do you have Medigel? Cerberus, what have you done? The old MedLab had Medigel. What the heck is this nonsense? Huh. No Medigel. Well, that's gross negligence, frankly.
Thanks again, Shepard. Taking the time to help me with my sister. I couldn't have reached Oriana in time without your help. I'm glad Niket tried to redeem himself, for what good it did. Thank you for stopping me, Commander.
I'm glad I could help. Bye, Miranda.
Let me know if I can do anything else.
I think I got it from here. My father has no chance at finding her family in their new location.
6 months later.
Thank you, Commander. My sister is safe again, thanks in large part to you. I won't forget that.
Hey! Please feel free to subscribe to our Medigel Prime TM service for all your Medi needs. Yes. Oh. Right. Where is Jacob? Jacob is here. It's one of those. You think you're doing a sci-fi capitalist hellscape, and 10 years later.
No messages for you, Commander.
Thanks, Kelly. The actual real world looks worse.
Thanks for diverting to the Gurns back, Shepard. I appreciate being able to clean up that mess. Maybe not the best way to learn about the relatives, but I'm glad it's done. What do you need?
No, I'm good.
We'll talk later. I'm
done talking to those two. I actually cannot be bothered. They're both terrible human beings. Morden, where's Morden? Well, not Morden so much as the research terminal. There we go. What have we got? Heavy pistol damage. Requires palladium. Oh, Medi-gel capacity 5 of 5. We will do that because I think that unlocks some other stuff. If only we had like sources of Medi-gel. And there's nothing else that we want that we can afford. That's cool. No, this is not the way out. Wait, where am I? No, this is the way out. Ha! I've escaped. Right, I think that's everybody who will talk to us right now. Because everybody else is like, do my mission. So. If I remember correctly, the tally mission is like, that will take an entire stream. I think Garrus's might be fairly quick. And is on the Citadel, as is some other stuff. Thanes is on the Citadel. So I've got Garrus and Thane on the Citadel, Morden and Grunt on Tachanka, and then Tally's mission. I think each of those pairs might be a stream, plus, like, Tally's mission is probably a stream. Oh, Samara. Where's Samara? Oh, Samara's an Omega. Well, let's do the one that's not neatly paired up with something else, which is Omega. And I think is fairly... Oh, Jax is... I forgot about Jack. How could I forget about Jack? Jax is fairly short. Yeah, let's do that. This gives me the added bonus of kicking Cerberus in the teeth and helping Jack. Both of which are excellent things. Help Tally, help Samara. Safe crashing ship, what the hell is that? Oh, is that... Right. Help Jack, there we go. Of course, not going to the Citadel means no additional fish tonight. Boo. I can't even scan this place, which presumably means Cerberus strip mined it before they built their research facility there. Right, yes, Jack is here. I think based on the logic of like, I only want to take people whose loyalty missions have already done so that I don't piss anybody else off, because that narratively makes more sense. We'll stick with Kasumi. And also Kasumi and Jack make a pretty good team, I think. Right, we're gonna save up one more point for squad incendiary ammo, I think. I think that's what we're going to do. Why did I spend more points on charge than strictly speaking necessary? Anyway, also, why is flashbang grenades Kasumi's loyalty mission power? Because, like, I find that the least useful thing ever. But maybe I'm doing it wrong. Where's the thief? Kasumi's weapon damage, or increases Kasumi's tech abilities, further reducing the recharge time of her powers. But I can't take it all the way there now anyway, so I think we're gonna go with lots of overload. Lots of overload. Heavy overload. Your pulse now damages synthetic enemies so brutally that they explode on death. Yay! Area overload. You have increased your pulse's strength to cover a wide area, making it easy to hit multiple targets. I like area of effect stuff. Cool. Jack. Jack, would you like the good pull? Or possibly we could, like... Does this give us squad warp ammo? This does give us squad warp ammo. We could save up for that, because we're about to unlock it. I think we'll do that. Alright, I think we're good. Despite my best efforts, I'm still far nicer than I'm grumpy. Even though this game makes me very grumpy, or like some of the characters in this game make me very grumpy. I think the only thing that matters in terms of switching it out is probably the missile launcher. I'm kind of good with that. Yeah. And those two are fairly lightly armed because...
How much I hate this place.
Legit.
See the landing pad? Has to be on the roof, or the vegetation would overgrow it in a few hours.
Shepard, I am picking up thermal signatures everywhere, except at your landing zone.
Something's distorting the sensors.
This was a secret Cerberus facility.
Yeah. They build their equipment to last. Assholes. It was a mistake coming back here, Shepard.
Oh, sorry, Jack.
Get a hold of yourself. It'll be okay.
I'm fine. Okay, let's get on the ground.
I had forgotten that she actually got very jittery getting in here. Jack, armor is for losers. So is protection from the elements. Where are we going, game? Unknown. Wow. No, I think we're... Hey, welcome to the Shepherd is Lost part of the stream. Guess down this way.
Let's just get in there and plant the bomb in myself. I want to watch this place burn.
Oh. This is probably not going to be quite as easy.
I never saw this room. I think they brought new kids in these containers. They're messed up and starving, but alive. Usually.
Holy shit.
Unbelievable.
I'm totally awake enough to be doing this. Success. So, if I'm stealing any money from here, and also getting Cerberus funding, does this count as Cerberus funding for this mission? Actually, be interesting to see if we do get...
Man requested operation logs again. He's getting suspicious.
When we get results, he won't care what we did. But if he knew...
Oh wow, you're telling me...
The elusive man requested operation logs.
You are...
Sounds like this facility turned its back on Cerberus.
He didn't say what they were hiding from the elusive man.
Yeah, no.
I remember escaping to this room, fighting here. I saw sunlight through the cracks in the ceiling.
Only a half-dead guard between me and freedom.
He was begging for his life.
I don't think the elusive man gets a pass on whatever happened in here, even if he didn't know. Oh, where is my storage crate? There. There we go. More Cerberus funding. Oh. Shepard? Shepard, why can't you walk up this thing? Don't tell me you care about health and safety. That's an interesting noise.
We've been spotted.
Well! In fact... Oh dang, I thought I had warp still, but I don't. That one's done. That one's still alive. Alright. Let's remove incendiary ammo. Old Bloodstain talk to Jack. How cheerful.
This looks like an arena.
That's right. They used to stage fights here. Pit me against other kids. I loved it. Only time I was ever out of my cell.
Yikes. Do I really want to re-traumatize her by asking these things? This is very BioWare. Tell me all of your trauma so I can bond with your character.
What were they studying?
Hell if I know. Maybe that's how they got their kicks. I never understood anything that happened here.
How often did they do this?
I was in a cell my whole life. Sometimes they took me out and made me fight. Filled me with drugs, other stuff. Time gets funny in a cell.
Well.
Did other children die in these fights?
I was a kid, filled with drugs. I got shocked when I hesitated. Narcotics flooded my veins when I attacked.
I'm sorry that happened to you, Jack.
I still get warm feelings during a fight.
What the hell was wrong with those people?
I don't know. Doesn't matter now.
Let's keep moving.
Right, let's blow this place up.
Hell yes.
Oh look, Medigel.
Security Officer Zimkel, Telton facility. The subjects are out of their cells. They're tearing the place up. Subject 0 is going to get loose. I need permission to terminate. I repeat, permission to terminate. All subjects besides 0 are expendable. Keep Jack alive. Understood. I'll begin the...
That's not right. I broke out when my guards disappeared. I started that riot.
Things might have happened that you didn't see.
The other kids attacked me. The guards attacked me. The automated systems attacked me. That doesn't leave lots of room for interpretation.
Okay. I was hoping she'd say that she remembered killing that guy personally.
This place is supposed to be empty. Who the fuck shot that Baron? It's a fresh kill.
Okay. I wonder what's in here. Oh, that's nice. I was expecting a firefight, to be honest. Ha! Look at me taking cover. Wow, blood pack, delightful. Jack, you know, knock these guys over. And I'm like, that guy fly. Oh, that guy has armor. Kasumi! Stabbings, please! Oh, delightful with pyros. Fly. Hello. Fly. Oh, that didn't work very well. Oh, maybe it did. Are we done? We're done.
Trouble incoming.
Oh. Wow. Oh. Whoopsies. I feel like the difficulty in this game is wildly inconsistent. Hello, cat. Is it cat break time? Okay. Coffee. Come on up. Oh. There. Slightly more visible cat. Come back. Good kitty. We might have to buy more dreamies, cat. Although I think we still have a stash. Can you bite me less when you eat your dreamies off my hand, please? I'm very licked. Oh. Okay, bye. I don't think... No, I don't think we've had a 3-cat break stream before. They might be a bit confused because Slant is in the other room doing online D&D, so it's like... My humans are sitting in different rooms with the doors closed between them, what the heck? Which is why we don't have sofa chat tonight. Everyone gets to fly. Any more? There's one go over there somewhere. Oh, that one is armor. What do we do with armor these days? Stabbing. I think we do stabbing. That was easy. Yeah, it feels like the difficulty...
This was a small facility. I'm saying these tables are the perfect size for little kids. Dissecting children. Oh, God.
Bullshit. I had the worst of it, and I made it out alive.
Well... Oh, Jack. Oh, Jack, there is even more trauma in the universe than you thought.
So strange to be back here. I feel like I'm pissed off. I'm a dangerous bitch, but then I'm a little girl again. Shit, it's complicated.
Oh.
Plant that bomb.
I suspect Jack does not like hugs. Balances out. First time I'm watching the stream when Kitten Lindy has not interrupted me. Okay. Oh, I see what you mean. Cat breaks balance out. Fabulous. Hacker voice. Extremely hacker voice. Oh, hello. Yes, why is this place full of blood pack? Oh, I guess because we probably can't get there. Fly! Everybody fly! And I guess we shoot them while they fly. Okay, these just spawned right here. That's not how shockwave works! Oh, sod it. Ow! Ow. This is more toe-bites than I like. Okay.
They kept kids here.
That looks like they kept 2 kids per cell as well. Ish.
It's a two-way mirror. My cell is on the other side. I can see all the other kids out here. I screamed at them for hours, and they always ignored me.
Oh. Oh, Medigel! Medigel. We like Medigel.
I must have come through here when I broke out, but I don't remember it.
Yikes.
This is a bad place.
Yeah, I can see this being a bad place. Oh, Jack. Power cells, you say?
Entry 1054, Telton facility. The latest iteration of Pergnim went poorly. Subjects 1, 4, and 6 died. No biotic change among the survivors. We lowered core temperatures of surviving subjects, but no biotically beneficial reactions occurred. As a side effect, all subjects died. So we'll not try that on Zero. I hope our supply of biotic potential subjects holds up. We are going through them fast.
This is bullshit. They weren't experimenting on the other children for my safety.
Oh, Jack.
You can't help what they did to others.
You don't get it, Shepard. I survived this place because I was tougher than the rest. That's who I am.
Oh, Jack.
You move on. Harder and tougher.
Oh, dear. Where is that code fragment? There. Ha, got it. What do we get for this? Ooh. Hey, Jack, I got your experimental data. We can do something with it.
It's all fallen to pieces. The subjects are rampaging and Zero is loose. We're shutting Telton down. What a disaster. We'll infiltrate and piggyback onto the Alliance's Ascension program. Hopefully, that will give... What? Zero, wait!
Shepard, they started up somewhere else.
Ascension is an Alliance program. It's a school for biotic kids. They don't torture children there.
A lot of this isn't the way I remember it.
You were distracted. No, you were a kid and you were traumatized to fuck.
Couldn't have known.
Maybe. We're getting close to my cell, the place I came from. Let's keep going.
I seem to remember School for Biotic Kids. Is that in 3? Well, that's how I got the heavy ammo.
Yeah, the intruders are here. You want them dead? We have to talk creds. You promised us lots of salvage, but this place is a waste. Fine, we'll put them down. Then I'm coming in there and we're gonna talk salvage.
Oh dear. Can I convince them to, like, not fight?
What are you doing here?
First we're gonna kill you. Then we'll see.
No.
Kill them on my own.
Alright, what do we have? We have a giant Krogan with barriers and armor. We have a blood pack pyro. Always my favourite. Honestly, let's stab them. As for the barriers, oh dang, I don't have warp. Let's just shoot things. Nice one, Kasumi! Whoops! Ha! At least the flamethrower is fairly short range. Yeah, we've got one with barriers and armor and two with just armor. I think as the just armor guys are stabbable.
Can't do that right now.
Oh, sorry. But it would be really handy if you could, Kasumi. I'm going to need ammo. Where's the other one? No, out there. Somewhere there. Okay. Ha! Got you.
Now you see me.
Now you can get stabbed.
Enemy charging.
Alright. Ooh, ammo. We like that. Hey, Kasumi, can you stab that guy? Thank you. Still got armor. Nice.
Only room left is my old cell. Whoever Aresh is, he's in there. I want to plant the bomb there anyway. Might as well do it on his corpse.
Let's do it, although let's see if we can find some ammo first. Ooh, secure container. Stuff. Go. Silver spotting. Thought I saw something glint over there. Oh, clips. There we go. That's better. Okay.
Come out. We know you're here.
Who are you?
My name is Aresh, and you're breaking into my home. I know you, Subject Zero. So many years have passed, and I thought I was the only survivor.
My name is Jack. How the hell do you know me?
We all knew your face, Jack. They inflicted horrors on us so their experiments wouldn't kill you. You were the question, and I'm still looking for the answer.
Well.
Looks like you're not the only one pulled back here, Jack.
I tried to forget this, but a place like this, it doesn't forget you. It follows you. I hired these mercs and came back almost a solar year ago. We're rebuilding it piece by piece. I'm gonna find out what they knew, how to unlock true biotic potential in humans. I'm restarting the Telton facility.
Wow!
It will be beautiful.
I wanted a hole in the ground. He's trying to justify what happened by using it?
Trauma reactions sure are weird!
You do the same thing to new kids. Wasn't this forced on you?
Some were bought from poor families on Earth or kidnapped from colonies. Most ended up here the way I did. Batarian pirates. They did such horrible things to us. They must have had good reasons.
There's no reason good enough. Are you nuts? You lived it.
Yeah?
This place was like a prison. How'd you get out?
We all attacked at once as they were taking us to the lab. They would have put us down. But then Jack got loose. When I came to, it was over. The guards, the scientists, and the kids were all dead. And you were gone.
I stopped it. All of it. Maybe the others did have it bad, but what you're doing is just messed.
Everything we went through must have been worth something.
Yeah. Trauma reactions sure are weird.
Blow up the place, but that still leaves him. What do we do with another you?
That's easy.
Just leave me here. This is where I belong.
Fuck that.
Jack, he's trapped in his past. You need to move on from yours.
He wants to restart this place. He needs to die.
He's crazy and he's never gonna restart this facility. You have to let it go.
Therapy for everyone?
Control you.
Fuck! Get out of here. Go! He's not worth chasing. None of it is.
I feel like when eventually we take Cerberus, then we should take all of their money and just fund therapy for everybody.
The right thing, Jack.
Maybe. This room was my whole childhood. Give me a minute to look around.
Go ahead.
Nothing's changed, but it's all different.
Oops. Right, so.
I thought that room out there was the rest of the world. I'd pound and yell. Never did any good.
Wow.
Sometimes I dream that I'm back in this bed being tortured. I used to tie the sheets around my wrists and try to rip them off. I want to stop coming back here. I used this table for everything. It was like my best friend. I'd crawl under it to cry. I was pathetic.
No, Jack, you were a child, and you were going through some spectacularly shitty things. Are we done? I can't find anything else. Apparently there's still more stuff. Where? Where, game? Ah. Old blood smear, where? Hate this interface sometimes. Where is it? Oh, there.
See the scarring on the wall here? That's where I killed my first man. One of the guards tried to stop me. Instead, I stopped him. Okay, no more wallowing. Let's blow this place to hell.
Explosions therapy! Oh. Hey! Faster, Joker, faster. Oh, hey, we leveled up! And got some elements here. Oh, yes. Cerberus funding and Cerberus funding, excellent. Alright, let's go talk to Jack. Because I imagine she could do with... not hugs. I don't think Jack wants hugs, but like... somebody to talk to. Yes, we will feed the fish. Thank you, Bitieta.
Disagreement? Can you head it off before they tear out a phone?
I'll deal with it.
Oh, this is going to be so much fun.
Touch me and I will smear the walls with you, bitch!
Enough. Stand down, both of you.
The cheerleader won't admit what Cerberus did to me was wrong.
It wasn't Cerberus. Not really.
Oh, shut the fuck up, Miranda.
A mistake.
Screw you! You've got no idea what they put me through. Maybe it's time I showed you.
The people I recruit are my business, Miranda. You leave Jack alone.
Ha!
She can't be trusted, Shepard. She's unstable. She's jeopardizing the mission.
Jack's doing just fine. Maybe you should take a look at your own attitude.
Success!
Exactly.
Yes! Good.
Are we good?
Not even remotely.
Excellent! Woohoo! We have pissed off Miranda. This is the best thing I've done today. Right. This is crew deck. There's nobody else here. Can't remember if that loses Miranda's loyalty. I guess we'll find out. I seem to remember having done this before. Although I might have used the Paragon option. Is there a way to see crew status or something like that? I mean, honestly, not that I care. I think in my last playthrough I was much more diplomatic with some of the people I don't like, and yeah, no. Just no.
I needed to wipe that place off the map. You took me there to do it, and I owe you. You don't know what it's like, Shepard, to have garbage like that following you. It marks you in ways you don't expect.
I'd say, like, Shepard has been through some shit, but also, like, not that much shit.
I've made a lot of hard choices, Jack. Like what to let go.
Hard to walk away from it. You'd think it would get easier now that the place is a crater. But what else do I know?
I never thought I'd see you show mercy, but you let Aresh live.
He was trapped in the past, reliving it every day. You showed how that could be me. I'm not getting stuck like that.
Yay, progress!
And I'm sure as hell not carrying that crater around with me.
Keep saying it and you'll eventually start believing it. When you go on missions you can see loyalty. Yeah, okay, we might actually get off the ship tonight then.
Do you think you're different now?
I know that place is gone. But I still kind of want to kill every person I see. No offense.
It's a start. I'm gonna take... Like, the top option sounds really patronizing at this point, even though it is the Paragon option, and I think I'm gonna go with it's a start.
I'll take what I can get with you, Jack.
You did a lot, Shepard.
Oh.
I'm not good at this soft stuff. Just... thanks, okay? Let's get back to work.
Sofa chat has just snuck in. Right. Hello, Sofa chat. We may have pissed off Miranda.
Lol.
Right, now, how do I get out of here? Alright, feed fish. And then... check up on research. I don't think there'll be anything that we can afford at this point before I do any more planet scanning. Fish. Fish fed. Yeah, that loses Miranda's loyalty. You can apparently regain it if you speak to her again with high enough Paragon Renegade. Okay. Is there a time limit on that? Presumably before the point of no return. Because I probably do have the Paragon, but also, like, it's Miranda and... ugh.
Commander, you've received a new message at your private terminal.
I thought you might say that if I snuck up on you, Kelly. An important request! From Mr. Ganak Edgehell Esquire. Dear Sir or Madam, excellent, I love these. Having consulted with my colleagues at the Citadel, I have the privilege to request for your assistance to transfer a large quantity of Prothean technology uncovered at Ilos. Believing these materials to be a hazardous danger, they were locked in quarantine. Even though the tests revealed that the fears were groundless, the quarantine remains in effect until one can pay for a permit to request a reclassification from the Cultural Ministry. Knowing of your interest in Prothean technology, I would be happy to deliver most of it into your hands, keeping less than half for myself. As a Batarian, I cannot engage in council official activities, but if you transfer the 20,000 credits required to me, this exchange could be made in your name, enabling us both to profits from this happy accident. Please reply urgently with your credit transfer account information. Best regards, Ganek Edgehell. I feel like we should forward this to Liara. I also feel like, given that Kelly almost certainly reads my messages, she should act as a spam filter, but no, apparently not. Right, do we go and smooth over ruffled feathers now? Can I be bothered? Like, I do want to keep Miranda loyal, but also she knows she enjoy reading it to you, that's fair. ED is losing the electronic warfare to the spammers, yeah, that's also a fair point. ED should be able to do this. If you're going to do a little point in waiting, the only point in waiting would be if I wasn't sure that I was nice enough and charming enough, but I think I am charming enough, and if I'm not, then I guess I'll eat it. And Miranda can die. Yes, so for chat we did a bunch of unpleasant personal missions for Cerberus people we don't care about, and then we did Jack's mission, which was somewhat traumatic for everyone involved.
I have work to do, Commander. Go chat with your friend Jack if you want small talk.
Miranda, do you really think I wanted to take Jack's side in this? We need her.
Oh!
We need her.
I hate myself for doing this.
So taking Jack's side was just a front?
Yeah, I remember doing this actually.
Special attention, you know that. I can at least reason with you.
I understand. You did what you had to keep her loyal. Thanks for clearing that up, Shepard.
Oh, I hate myself for doing that.
I've known you were focused on the mission. Every time I think I've got you figured out.
I'm great at lying. I'm especially great at lying to Miranda. It'll be a scene you've never seen. I think I have actually done this before. I feel like I have, because Miranda pisses me off in that scene every fucking time. So did you just do the diplomatic solution of paragoning it through? Right.
Do you have a minute, Miranda?
There's a lot to do, Shepard.
Excellent, she doesn't want to talk to me anymore. Fabulous.
I'll let you work.
You did a diplomacy. Yeah, I'm not known for being diplomatic. Neither is my Shepherd. I'm sometimes tempted to kind of min-max for stuff, but I also enjoy the roleplay, so yeah. Right, let's go to CIC again and see if we can afford any new research, which I don't think we can, and then we'll save and call it here. I think. Where is tech? Tech! Ha! I went in the right direction for a change. We can afford the heavy pistol damage, which we don't really use. Oh, we can afford the biotic damage. Yes. Yes, give. Shiny. I don't understand why biotic damage is an armor upgrade. And all of the tech stuff too. Right, let's do heavy pistol damage. Nice. We've unlocked more research. We like literally don't run out of research yet. I need to scan more planets, I really do. I will do some homework at some point, but at the moment every time I turn on the PlayStation it's either to stream this or to play Horizon Zero Dawn. Anyway. Woohoo! And that's the wrong direction! Oh. I thought the PlayStation had crashed there for a second, and I would have been somewhat grumpy if that had happened. No, we've done that. Alright. No, that's not what I meant to do, I just meant to save. Alright, let's scan some planets while we're here. We have 9 probes.
Probe away.
So I guess we'll use our probes and then we'll save and go.
Probe launched.
I don't want the Cerberus assault armor. I refuse to wear anything with the Cerberus logo on it. Oops. There we go.
Probe launched.
There's probably an optimal approach to the scanning game, but I don't know what it is.
Probe launched.
Shepherd's August of Surface Longest on them. Thanks for that, Slant.
Probe away.
Sofa Chat is looking extremely smug.
Launching probe.
I guess we'll have 2 more probes.
Probe launched.
And this planet hasn't even gone down from... oh, has now gone down from rich to good. Come on, give more stuff. Give more stuff. More stuffs. And these are tiny peaks. I have 1 more probe. Give me 1 big peak. No, not good enough. Pouty face. Oh, there we go. That'll do. If I can find it again. There we go.
Launching probe.
Oh, I can afford the Krogan shotgun. Excellent. That'll make Grunt happy. Exit. Let's go research the Krogan shotgun. And then we'll save. And I will not press the wrong button. Honest. The Krogan shotgun is probably a prototype. Yay! Grunt gets a Claymore heavy shotgun. Nice. That will make him happy when he talks to me again once he's been to the chunker. Right. And now we save. Success! Alright! My optimal approach is to edit the games, not an INI file, so that the 1 probe covers the entire planet. Nice! That is excellent. Alright. We will call it here. Thank you very much for coming to hang out, chat. And we had a 3 cat break stream. I think that's a record. So come back for more cat content and for more Shepard is grumpy and undiplomatic. We will be back Tuesday at 4 UK time. So thank you for coming hang out. Thank you to Mods for modding. And I will see you next week. Have a good weekend. Bye, Internet.